Alright, we're going to continue with the side shots from our traverse. That's assuming that you got a good tight solution on the traverse and everything closed. You ended up with the same coordinates. 4-point A coming around the turn as you did when you started, that is 100, 100. So anyway, now that that is done, we can work on the side shots. And you'll notice that I've got a grid set up here, and that's the same as you would find in your field book. Once you get trusted with a field book, I've got basically 3 entries here: the backside point, occupy point, that looks like a little instrument right there, and then foresight or side shot, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, from our first setup on a side shot, we're backsighting point A. We know the bearing of the line, which is north 90 degrees east, from A to B. So you know that bearing, and you're turning to that, which you've got an angle of 225 degrees and a distance of 1414. So, angle of 90 degrees due east, you turn an angle right of 225. We've done enough bearing intersections. You can do the math, figure the bearing for that line, go 14.14 feet from that set of coordinates. Give me the coordinates for that. Now, set up over here. By the way, when you're actually doing this, you're taking the side shot after you turn and do your traverse point. So anyway, you're set up here. You backsight B, occupy C, turn to 3. You've got this bearing here from your calculations, and you know this bearing, so turn this angle, 254, 44, 22. Every survey instrument that I've ever used, and I imagine that's most of them anyway, will measure an angle right. You can set it to measure an angle left to check your angles, but we always write down our angle right. So you know this bearing, you turn that angle, give me that bearing, go that distance, calculate the change in coordinates from that coordinate point, the coordinates from this point to that point based on bearing and distance. Give me the coordinates for that. Set up on D, backsight C, set up there, and turn 2.4 here. We've got this bearing from your calculations on the traverse. Turn an angle of 234, 27, 44, and go 28.28 feet to give yourself the coordinates 4.4. So 234, 27, 44, 28, 28. Now, got to close out this thing. You've shot every angle but this one, so you set up here, backside here, and turn this angle to this point here. So whatever bearing this is, turn the angle 210, 57, 50, go 14, 14, give me the coordinates for that. Now, the whole reason that we're doing all this is so that you can inverse between between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and 4 and 1. Give me the bearing, after you have inversed, give me the bearings and distances from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 1. And we'll see if you actually if you did all your work right, you will end up with the bearings and distances for this boundary. That's the whole point of doing a field traverse for a boundary. You traversed here, your traverse closed, it closed perfectly, and then you did your side shots, and you did the math. Your calculator didn't do it. You're the one who tells the calculator what to do, not the other way around. And it gives you the answers of the bearings and distances from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 1, which is contained in the field notes for the boundary of the tract that you are working on. We'll probably have another exercise for this week But that's, that may be enough. We'll see. Depends on how long it takes you. So get the homework turned in, and I will be back in touch. We've got more work to do before the semester ends.